Remember what I said in the year 2012. Somebody asked me, are you sure this Biafra will come? It's a very famous quote now. What did I say to you? They will kill us. We will kill them. In the end, Biafra will come. Was that not what I said? Those of you that can remember. You are in Janjaweed North. You are the after Hajia. After Allah Haji must have dealing with Hajia. You are a man, a grown-up man with title, with Ishago. You are waiting in a hotel for a man because you want to be rich, because you want to make money. And after using you the way they use their cattle, you come back and you begin to behave like their cattle, like Nama. You are concerned about a police station rather than the lives of your people that were lost at Humpo. Has there been any compensation? No. Any public inquiry? No. Because all of you in Abuja are having fun. Your children are abroad, they are studying and life is good. You have a mansion in the village. When you come back during Christmas, you give them one cup of rice or one cup of beans. They hail you, but your own kids are abroad and you're having fun. And 3rd of January, you go back to Abuja and start doing a meeting from Igbo meeting in Abuja. Every year they are strategizing how we can make land better. Everywhere you meet them all over the world, the same rubbish. This is just and nothing happens. Nothing ever happens. Let me tell you one thing that you don't know. Rather than Biafra not to come, oh Lord, go and tell Britain that's what I said. Instead of Biafra not to come, I don't want to give you timeline. But by the sacrifices we're about to make now, you will understand how insane. We are mad, insane.
We mentioned during our last State of the Nation address, in weeks to come, Biafra flag will be raised in the entire territory of Biafra. Do not take Biafra liberation as a joke. Otherwise, we are going to take you away.
There is nothing our enemies can do to us. They told us terrorists that today we are outside the open. Jubilee cannot come here. Imposter.
Odogwu bili eze ndị Igbo gwulu gwulu ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo odogwu Biafra bili odogwu ndị mozi na-agbala ọkụ eziokwu n'enu wesikanụ n'enu ụwa n'osi na chi ya dị mma mgbe mbụ ka sị na Nwaeze enwelo nwa mana tata na Nwaeze enwegokwa nwa mgbe mbụ ka sị na Igbo enwela eze mana tata na anyị bụ Igbo anyị enweghị ezenu Nnamdị Nnọbụ nya bụ eze ndị Igbo eziokwu n'enu ụwa ebuka eziokwu n'enu ụwa siri ikenu eziokwu n'enu ụwa esikanụ ọ bụ ịma na onye na-achọ onye aka ya dị ọcha na ọchụgido ya n'enu ụwa chụbịa n'ụwa ọmanụ o ji ife nwata wonye aka ihe nu akalobe ya ilo n'oge wetu ya n'enu ụwa nụ ife Nnamdị na-ekwu n'enu ụwa nụ n'ọbụka oge si dịlị n'ụmụ Igbo mmanụ titi eji wee nwee Naijiria na ndị Igbo n'enu ụwa na pachibelo Naijiria ife a na-eme anyị bụ getaway come closer onye ọbụla nne n'ụwa na-atụ alele ili niile n'ụwa bụ ọlụ onye Igbo ịchọ ọchịchị na ọbụọlụnụ gwam ife ga-eme nne n'ụwa ka emezie nne n'ụwa wee metụ ụwa mma n'ọkwa bụ ndị Igbo bụ nsogbu anyị nwelu na anyị bụ ndị Igbo na anyị na-agbazi onwe anyị mgba gwam ife ga-eme metụ ụwa nụ gwazie m ife ga-eme wee metụ ụwa mma Nnamdị na o nwere okwu nchọla ịgwa anyị ichefugo na Nwaeze adefu na mbanụ n'ọkwa na Nwaeze ka ịbụnụ maka na ama m n'ọchịchị lụrụ ibe nna ya iwere bụ ọchịchị lụrụ ibe nna ya iwe pụta ka ịzọpụta ụmụ Igbo nụ ụmụ Igbo afọ na ị ga-azọpụta fa eziokwu na o nwere ife ga-eme gị n'ụwa ị ga-adị ka echi maka na ama m na echi n'ọdụ agwụ ndụ gị ga-adị n'afịa naanị izu na anọ eke n'olie na afọ na nkwọ ka ndụ gị ga-adịnụ onye chụba gị n'ọgada mmiri ọtụ nwa ọkụkọ nne n'ụwa ya nwada nwa ọkụkọ nne n'ụwa nwee ngwongwo nsọ Nnamdị na mmeli bụ nke anyị omemma melu gaba n'ilu ome njọ melu n'ụwa gaba n'ilu agbasi ọsọ n'ụwa na-aga agụlili maịlụ maka na emesịa n'ụwa malụ ndị bụ ndị aka Chukwu na ọ dị gị n'alụ Nwachukwu na mmesịa mmeli bụ nke anyị Nnamdị Kanụ odogwu bili eze ndị Igbo gburugburu Chukwu ka na-ekwu okwu obiri igwe na-ekwu okwu n'ogwele ife gbalụ Jehova ya lee eyi obiri igwe na-ekwu okwu ọ ka na-ekwu okwu obiri igwe na-ekwusi okwu ike eyi Nnamdị Kanụ ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo odogwu Biafra bili odogwu ndị mozi na-agbala ọkụ sumudu eziokwu na alili na-egbu ụmụnne m na alili na-apịawa mazụ onye Igbo wee gụsị akwụkwọ nụ na inweta ọlụ na Naijiria na ọbụzi ọlụnụ na anya pasịlọ ife ọbụla na ịlụ na amị na Naijiria na ọbụzi nsogbu ịlụ na polisi bụ ọlụ inye ndị Igbo ọlụ n'ọkwa nsogbu gwa m ibe a ga-eme n'ụwa ka wee metanụ ndị Naijiria mmanụ ife anyị nwe ka na-akọla anyị na mmanụ anyị ka Naijiria ji dị ebube mineral and resources anyị nwelu n'ụwa n'ọya ka Naijiria ji wee dị ebube ma ndị nwe ife na-aga ụlọ na-emelụ falụ ndị nwe ife na-aga ụlọ na-apịawa fazụ Chukwu ka na-ekwuriri okwunu ndị eluigwe ka na-ekwu okwunu basi na-emesịa na anyị ga-enwe mmelinu na-emesịa na n'ụwa na mmeli bụ nke anyị n'ote ga ọ dị njọ n'ụwa na-emesịa na n'ụwa na-emesịa na ọ ga-adị mmanụ ọkwe mana Chukwu ka na-ekwu okwunu ndị eluigwe bụ aka na-ekwu okwunu icheta ife melu n'oge gara aga mgbe a n'ụlọ Naijiria bịabụla wọ bajidelu ndị be anyị nụ wee sụọ ndị be anyị ka akwụ n'ọkwa nne n'ụwa eziokwu na alili na-egbu ụmụnụ ngekwuzi one ya libi ya nụ obi n'igwe ka na-ekwu okwu nụ mmeli na bụ nke anyị sumudu alele onye na-epe ibe kata ibedebe etele ugbo etele ose ya emesikwa na ọ ga-adị mma maka na mụ ma na ikuku bugharịsi ọdị igwu ọ ga-akwụbi ofu ebe sumudu Chukwu ka na-ekwu okwu obi n'igwe na-amụ anya n'aka Chukwu dị n'alụ anyị Chukwu ka na-ekwu okwu azi miracle coming on the way no nwere ife gbalụ Jehova ya lee Chibo Nnamdị na Chukwu na-ekwu okwu Nnamdị Kanụ odogwu ndị mozi na-agbala ọkụ Nnamdị Kanụ odogwu lechaba ezigbo mmadụ anyị nọbụ odogwu ndị mozi na-agbala ọkụ sumudu Nnamdị na ọ bụ ndị Igbo lele ya ele wee nwụrụ iwe nwunye ndị ilo n'aka ya emesịa na ọ ga-adị mmanụ maka na o chetalụ m ife melu n'akwụkwọ nsọ mgbe Josef na-akwanite mgbe ọ na-achị ichi eze ụmụnne ya ejikọtala aka wele ya welesi ya ndị ilo mana Josef mesili wee bụla eze Josef no mesili bụla eze Nnamdị n'ọbụ ife ga-eme afụlụ m amụma ka ọ na-abịa na mmezu cheta tupu ndị lebulu yi amụma niile ibusili ọbịazigo na mmezu emesịa nụ na ọ ga-adị mma onye na-ebe akwa bedebe onye na-erujuru debe maka na afọ m na mmeli na njedebe eziokwu na mmeri ga-abịa n'ikpeazụ onye na-ebe akwa bedebe onye na-ekpe ekpelekpe esibe ike onye na-eme omenala emesibe ike nụ eziokwu na ndị Igbo anwago without ndị Igbo there is nothing like Nigeria ndị Igbo ji ikonomi Nigeria ewo nnenu osikanụ ewo alele ka nnebe alili egbuo m nne n'ụwa mụ eziokwu na ndị ọcha pịawala anyị azụ eziokwu na ndị ọcha mere anyị ibe banyela ya ụka nye ndị ugwu ọchịchị nụ ma tata na anyị na-atụzi ala eziokwu na Chukwu ka na-ekwu okwu nụ emezia na mmeri bụ nke anyị Chukwu ka na-ekwu obi n'igwe na-ekwu Chukwu ka na-ekwu okwu I see freedom coming freedom na-abịa mmeri na-abịa eziokwu na mmeri na-abịa na ndị Kanu ọchịagha ụmụ Biafra odogwu ndị ozi ọzọ Igbo ndụ ezi Igbo gburugburu ego ị na-ama ekeneyi ndụ gị ga-adị ezi oyili ga-adị ka echi aka Chukwu dị n'alụ onye bụ nwa Chukwu onye bụkwa nwa Chineke onye bụkwa nwa ọgbụgba ndụ odogwu bili ezi Igbo gburugburu na ndị odogwu ndị ozi na-agbala ọkụ.
Ndewo ụmụ Chineke. Good evening, good afternoon, good night, good morning, depending on your time zone. To all of you, we salute you all from here, lovers of freedom and friends of freedom and haters of freedom, embracers of freedom, supporters of freedom, and castigators of freedom, wherever they are, like our leader used to say. Some people might be under their bed now, some might be inside the wardrobe, and some might be taking nicotine just to be able to listen to what we are going to say, because it comes with force of gravity. So we salute the whole world and we welcome you. Ndewo from my end. Please, all you have to do is that you hit the like button and the share to your groups, to your WhatsApp groups, your Telegram, your Instagram, share it on your Twitter, share it on your Facebook, share it in the group you have in your Facebook and the pages you belong. Share it to anywhere that you are, because we have gathered here today to make sure the awareness continues. Some of our comrades may be joining us and some may not be here because of their tight schedule and their time difference, but the Biafran flag must continue to fly, and the dragon flag also must fly at a very high level. So from me here, I salute you and I say Ndewo. I give my mic to Mazi Kelechi to introduce himself as we move. Mazi Ndewo.
Thank you so much, Mazi. Biafrans, I want to greet you all wherever you are. My name is Mazi Kelechi Ambrose, and I'm delighted to be here today with Mazi Sonny to, talk to us today and to rub minds together. Wherever we are all feeling the heat of what is going on, but we are equal to the task. We are also handling the situations. Every hurdle that come our way, we are equal to the task because Chukwu is with us. Thank you all, wherever you are, all over the nations of the world. As Mazi Sonny said, please share this so that we can reach as many as we can, share far and wide so that we can reach all Biafrans and non-Biafrans, both the haters, the enemies, and everyone around, so that they can hear the truth and nothing but the truth.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Homo Biafra. Homo Biafra. Homo Biafra. We want you to understand something. We have many things are happening. So you don't even need someone to tell you what is happening or what is not happening. As far as you are a Biafran and you are following up everything that is happening. When you look at this charade here that was set up and that is displayed on our screen, it looks like people that go to do burial ceremony. And that is why it has a name that is very, very laughable. What is that name? Let's bring the name. The name is here on the screen. The name is here. So, Autopilot don't start their own without going into in-depth investigation.
That's
So
right.
after our investigation have been done and concluded, we are now ready to shatter the table. So the name is Nsama Security Outfit, Nso, Nsama Security Outfit. So why do we display it? We are displaying it for you to understand that anything other than what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created, anything other than what the Biafran people unanimously accepted, anything other than what we have been doing and working for, that you should do what? See them as the enemy of Biafra. Because the same way that Ebubagu was set up is in the same vein that this one was launched. This one was launched just the way you see the name there in Sama Security Outfit. You look at them and you see the way they are displaying. Everything about them is Nsama in nature, Nsama in style, Nsama in psychology, Nsama in every ramification. And the name they give them suits them, Nso Security Outfit. Just like you saw the one that Soludo set up before, and the one that Opus Odema is using in Biafra land. Let us take you back first before we go too far. How many of you remember? How many of you remember when when Cubana priest and Hope Jesus Odema were sharing smartphones? They were sharing smartphones. They bought smartphones, and they were sharing it to some people in Imo State. That phones they shared was for a reason and for a purpose. Some people committed to the tax that was given to them from that phone. And it was a do or die affair of that contract that they had. You either deliver or you are eliminated. So, preceding to that time, you saw how our Biafrans, their houses were being burnt down and communities were invaded, and there was series of attack from left, right, center. And from every investigation that we carried out, we got to understand that those phones that were given to those people, it was an assignment that they have to go and start doing what? A survey of wherever they know anything about ESN or IPOB member or anything Biafra in uniform or in allegiance. They will now give the report. And in that phone, there was also a tracking device that was to control the movement and the location of that phone and wherever they go out to excavate their information. So it was a two-way game that works for them to deliver, and also when they fail to deliver, they are cut off. Now, this new Nsama security outfit now that you have seen is nothing different from what uh, Cubana Priest and Hope Blessus Odema did with the smartphones that they did in Imo State. We are just connecting the dot for you to understand something. Because when you look at these people, do you know when God is doing something, God do something and then gives you every lead to be able to pick on. This is never the outfit of our gallant Eastern Security Network that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up, and they can never in any way fall in line with that. There will be no similarity. This beret you see here was arranged on the same day which this charade was carried out. This t-shirt as well, and the shoes and everything here, they were all arranged the same day. So for those of you that does not understand what we have been fighting and what we are going through, we are bringing this on the screen so that we will create more awareness for people to understand the real enemies of Biafra. These are the real enemies of Biafra. Any day that anybody stands out and then go and set up something contrary to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had set up before, that is where you should start to understand that they have been bought off from the message that MNK left, where he said, when the spirit of Opa Abiasika enters you, that many of you will be sold out and will be bought out, and you will be acting in accordance with the enemy. But he left one message for you, that when you have gone to align with the enemy, and then when we come for the enemies, we will crush you and you will be on your feet and you will be watching. Need I remind you that Eastern Security Network that is set up by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with the Biafran flag. Do you understand? Eastern Security Network has their own Eastern Security Network dragon flag. The dragon sign and signal is encrypted on it. So do not fall for this scam. And anyone now that is part and parcel of this charade that was done here, a message has already been released by the Biafran government in exile through the spokesperson of Biafra, that if you made a mistake by joining this charade, or if you collected money for rice or for one goat or one leg of chicken, or ram, that you should go and prepare your will. Go and prepare your will and then read it to your families before you go back to this place again, because you are already setting a pace for your biography to be read. Mazi Kelechi, please say more on this
Yes.
Nsama.
Yes. You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has actually done everything that is needed to be done by setting up Eastern Security Network to function as a tool for the raised dragon flag. And the Eastern Security Network has every structure and ability to take care of Biafra issues and security matters until the Biafra nation is restored. Now, anybody who goes against that command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is actually an enemy, arch enemy. And we can see it in full display of this Nzama's security outfit. If you look at that ESN, when ESN was launched, you see they are not good students of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not everybody who followed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that actually was there for the right purpose. Whenever people are not in a thing for the right purpose, they don't learn the process and the procedures and everything that happens. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up Eastern Security Network, and he made sure that the flag that was used there was the dragon flag, which is a cynosure of the force that has been activated for the actualization of Biafra. But here these people are now displaying Biafra flag, putting on regalia and everything, whatever they have on their bodies and whatever they are doing, that has nothing to do with the concept of what ESN stands for, or what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually had in mind or has in mind. And which, of course, evidently, with what Soludo also said, that these people have repented from being true freedom fighters to become government agents. Now, it will be very, very, very risky and dangerous. In fact, any Biafran who decides to get themselves involved to play this dirty game have actually positioned themselves to be core enemies and will also be cut off with this. There's nobody who stands against the spirit of freedom that has been hovering in the minds of people and that has been working within us. that would not be crushed by that spirit. I always say that the spirit of Biafra does two things. If you are in support and in tandem with it, you enjoy the benefits and you are secured, you are protected, and you enjoy the full benefit of what the spirit of Biafra brings. It's just like when the spirit of freedom came upon the children of Israel when they were leaving Egypt. Those who worked against it, those who were for it, actually enjoyed the benefits. They enjoyed it fully. But if you are against it, against the spirit of Biafra, it will seem as if you are enjoying the benefits, just like what happened to the children of Israel. Those ones who were against fighting God and murmuring and all of that, they still enjoyed the flow of the manna that flowed in the wilderness. But the manna, was going to be a poison to exterminate them. They will not enter the freedom. They died in different ways and they lost out. The same way, any Biafran who allow themselves to become a stooge, because one thing that happens when things are to be achieved, when success is to be achieved, or when good things are to be achieved, is that there's going to be an evil spirit that will enter some of our people. We know that most of those people who are actually in that Nzama outfit are actually acting in ignorance. Well, that is why we are making this proclamation, we're making this broadcast and preaching the gospel of Biafra. You should get informed. Our people should make sure that this thing is circulated, the video is shared, and the information is written and forwarded, translated, and interpreted to the people in the language they will understand. We know that, of course, our people, most of them don't have access to internet and all of that, so they work in ignorance. But they should also learn from the template or the language or the body language of those people who are bringing them into a thing that they don't understand. And they should also seek for understanding and for advice. We will encourage them and advise them to quit immediately. But if you say you want to be a stooge, if you are someone who is there, who have decided to make yourself an evil genus, according to what we call IBB, that spirit of Biafra will crush you. There's no two ways about it. Because we have entered into a stage, or in the stage where crushing becomes the order of the day. You will be crushed because liberation is close. So we advise you, the Nzama outfit is not a threat. Our men are in charge. ESN is intact. The alliance is intact. The Nzama outfit is only a show. Remember, as Mazis Sonny said, they just came together, got their boots, got their regalia, got everything together. That day, they did that stuff and videoed it and covered it and showed it to the world to make it look like they are formidable. But we are strongly in control of Biafra land. We are totally, ESN is in control of Biafra land, ESN and the alliance. So all these ones they are doing, they just want to, make money for themselves and all of that, use some few of us who are ignorant to make money for themselves. But we advise you, wherever you are, make sure you don't get involved, because you will be crushed. You will just go down. You will just kill yourself for nothing. You will die without achieving anything. So we are telling Biafrans today that they shouldn't be scared. They shouldn't be shaken. These people are just demonstrating their ignorance and foolishness. But definitely, Biafra, the spirit of Biafra, will crush them.
Mazi, thank you. Mazi Gaddafi, are you there? If you are there and if your time permits you, please fire on.
Hello.
There were. Fire on.
You're looking at Muhammad Abbas.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Very well, we can hear you. Go on. We can hear you. Go on, sir. Don't touch the microphone. You dey go mute yourself again. We had you before, and now you went and touched your
Okay.
microphone.
I know it's better now. It's better. It's better.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Go on. Go on.
It's better.
you know the what people are saying is something that I have said one day. I mentioned Nzama, the Major General Nzama, China Samoru, that they are now providing security vigilante services with the state government. You remember there was a time I was saying it, I mentioned names of the foods that he is using. One thing you must know is that no matter how they push us, or like the thing that happened in Alo on Saturday, those things are about to happen. It is a must. It will definitely happen. But they want us to hash our eggs on 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 unprepared. Not that we are not prepared, but we are taking advantage of the happening that is happening. One thing I want to tell the Biafran people is that ESN is intact. ESN is intact. Very, very intact. Those Uzama people, they are just wasting their time. In fact, they are not even a threat. At the process of time, you people will see that we are not only talking on the social media. We do our work on ground and come to social media to celebrate it. We are not just talking. One thing I want to let our people know that they should have their strong mind. They shouldn't waver. They shouldn't shake. Very soon, they will see what they want to see because they want action. Action, they will see. That is it. And again, we must continue. We must move, no matter the thing that are to drag us back. We should not listen to ourselves. What I mean by listening to ourselves, sometimes there's a time your spirit will tell you as if you are fainting. Don't listen to yourself. Keep keeping on. You know. And above all, I want to say I want to thank God that I have recovered fully. I am back to my feet. The devil think he can put me down, but he was just trying his best. But above all, God overcome. I am back full. I am hell and hearty. Thank you, my brothers and sisters that are hearing the sound of my voice. Um, um, IPOB Autopilot media team are intact. ESN are intact. The movement is intact. When we say we move, we move. We don't. I don't even want to discuss about the Zama people because if it is one you think we will say they are inconsequential. So that's what they are. We move on. I will join you as we proceed. I'm on my break now. I will continue with you people. Each and every one of you, I thank you, special. Thank you that we have met again. God bless you all as we proceed. Thank you.
Bless you. Bless
As
you
it's
in
funny the way you are
advance.
looking at this, Muhammad Abbas.
this
Just
this
behind the
dog,
tree.
this dog is actually displaying something important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog is actually displaying something important. So, if anyone does not understand what we call body language,
Mm,
or gestures,
mm.
please learn from what this dog is doing, and then understand
Honestly.
understand the meaning of what this dog is doing. From there, you will
And the dog is very relaxed.
eh,
Relaxed looking. Just
eh,
relaxed.
it a
No
bit like
stress.
monkey, no
Yeah.
stress, because he knows that the end thereof is destruction.
Of course.
That is why you see this Mr. Dog taking time to position like this and say, "Hey, I'm just looking at this Muhammad Abbas and his
And
criminal."
eating them. Oh, these people have set themselves to be killed. To kill
They have
themselves.
set themselves up. Oh, they have set themselves up, and the worst is about to happen to them. Hey,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the worst is about to happen to these people. Biafran people should understand that there is no how you can fight the power of Biafra. You can
Honestly.
criminality, you can use propaganda, you can use blackmail,
Mm-hmm.
can use any strategy that you may wish to use,
Mm-hmm.
but the cause which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has set up can never be truncated. Mazi Gaddafi, please mute yourself. Mazi Gaddafi, mute yourself. Mute your microphone.
Oh, oh my God.
Mute your microphone, please. Okay. So, as the music continues, the dancers will continue to enjoy.
Of course.
But to our freedom, it is sacrosanct.
Very, very sacrosanct.
Now, we mourn and we sympathize with our brothers and sisters that have been the victims of the ongoing war that is happening in Biafra land. If people do not know, we are in war. They have not declared it openly, but we are in war and they are fighting us systematically. For as long as they bring those imported arsenals, those Fulani foot soldiers to come in and fight you and kill your people every day, do not forget that these arsenals do not develop their wings all the way from where they were produced and then they found themselves in Biafra land. There must have been an intermediary means. So these intermediary means are these people like this, like you see.
Mm.
More of them are this, like you see. Where are the other ones? There is another photo that we had all the Nsama governors displayed on them. No, I think they here now. So our problems are not far-fetched. Oh. If you people have followed up something on the media, Soludo just came out to exonerate the Fulani militias and the foot soldiers that are killing Biafrans by telling the whole world and one Nigeria that the killings, the insecurity in Biafra land is not done by the Fulani terrorists, that it is done by what? Fellow
Hello.
Igbo and
Yes.
Biafran extract. So when this photo came out earlier after his inauguration, we were asking people, what disaster await us this time?
Mm.
With Soludo partnering with Katonalian, because wherever you see Katonalian, it means disaster awaits that place.
Mm.
And it has come to be. And Soludo as well, if I am to quote Soludo from that communique which he said, I think that interview was granted on channel television. If I am to also quote him right, when you see this Ndi Nsama outfit, it is falling in line with what Soludo said by saying that they are also part of the contributing factor to the insecurity. If the people of Biafra had unanimously embraced the Eastern Security Network that was set up by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they worked tooth and nail to sponsor them and to make them stand, there is no record anywhere where you come and then you see that Eastern Security Network under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are killing people in a certain community, or are brutalizing or dehumanizing people in a certain community, and the people are yearning and asking for the scrapping of Eastern Security Network. No, there is no evidence whatsoever. But wherever you see anything that is set up by criminals and terrorists that we have in Biafra land, the sole aim and objective is to come and do what? Destroy the livelihood of the people of Biafra. So when Soludo made that statement, he knows the people that he is working with.
Definitely.
Okay. The other video of Soludo the other day, I think that was earlier after he was inaugurated, where he said that the IPOB DOS said they are no more part of the criminals anymore,
Yes.
and that now they are stretching their hands to work with him as Soludo in his government. And he said, let us wait and see what they will bring on the table. So now they have brought something on the table in line with the agreement that they had with Soludo and his group. So Soludo speaking does not speak only of his own intuition. He speaks because of the mandate that these people surrounding him here gave him. Because before these people here, these colonial masters will be able to penetrate your home and your house. Let us take our mind back to 1927. In 1927, when we had the Aba women riot, it was because all our men, like you see Soludo here now, all our warrant chiefs and leaders that we had, they became warrant to the paymasters. The paymasters, the colonial masters were paying them and giving them everything. So they will only push them from their occiput and tell them, go and put or place a levy on so community that they must pay this, they must do that. If they don't do it, sanction them. Exactly what is happening today here. So these colonizers, these criminals, these monsters, these killers will not achieve anything without making use of this person that is standing in their middle here. You see, one white, two white, three white, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see 9 white. Then it's Soludo that they have to put him in the front. Then they stand behind him to back him up and to support him. Mazi, what do you have to say about Soludo with his recent propaganda that he has just released? Because that is the work which British set him up there, and that is the mandate which the Fulani Caliphate also gave him. But the message I have for Soludo is that whatever template was given to him cannot deter our resolve for the quest that we are in now. We are going to continue to fight. Fight. It doesn't matter how many they kill. Freedom is our destination. You have the mic, please.
You see, before I talk about the the broadcast or the speech of Soludo, it's not surprising anyways, because we know when they started this political solution, which began just immediately Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and extraordinarily renditioned. Remember, the election was held in September or so. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in June. With between July, August, 2 months, they had already concluded a political solution. You know, a leader of a nation of 70 million people kidnapped, and within 2 months, those people who are supposed to be very angry had already calmed down and they were already talking about political solution. That tells you that there's something about the kidnap that involves them also. Because we can't imagine that somebody we really love, somebody who is really loved by us in our midst is kidnapped. And of course, political solution takes time to discuss. These are politicians from all over Nigeria. So discussing, will take time. It's not something they discussed in one day. They started it earlier, before the election, even before Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Obviously, because it cannot be within 2 months. It took time. Now, this picture came out after the inauguration. Of course, there's always a representation of the slavery concept and the slavery cabinet. This picture actually represents the same pattern, just like in 1960, after the independence, the election that brought in Nnamdi Azikiwe and all of that. The same pattern. You see them posed to snap with these people, which indirectly telling you that we are in tandem with these people who actually are our leaders, who are controlling us, who are telling us what to do, and all of that, which is the British. Now, you can see the woman there, the British High Commissioner there, the woman who is a devil, a demon, left all the way from Abuja straight to Anambra? What is her mission in Anambra? Obviously, there is something fishy. It is just as simple as that. It was a template that had actually helped them to perfect how they are going to do the 2023 election. So they saw Anambra as a perfect case to be able to repeat a template for 2023. That is why after all the political solution concept they have used and all of that, it's now played out very well. IPOB and defunct DOS members played along very well, and then they got the template right. So she is coming in there as a representation of the fulfillment and the completion of that mission, the political solution completed in the election, which of course Soludo represents fully. Now, Soludo now comes up to make a statement, which means that before he came to make that statement, there had been discussions. He just didn't come to channels, television, or the station, or the TV, or media to just come and say that people have repented and they have joined. Now, if you look at that statement he made critically, he said these people who have repented have actually decided. They said they are no more part of the criminal elements. Why was IPOB tagged a criminal element or a criminal organization? Because they were fighting for freedom. They were tagged criminal when they were not even holding guns. The dragon flag had not been raised. They were going peaceful. They were doing everything peacefully, and they were operating very peaceful. They were tagged criminals and terrorists at that point in time. Now, which was an endorsement by the Southeast governors who endorsed it and made Abuja decide to tag IPOB a terrorist organization just because we were asking for freedom. Now, Soludo now comes up to say, of course, when you hear a politician mention criminal elements, they are not mentioning criminal elements to represent robbers and thieves around or criminals around. They are talking about IPOB. And of course, they have been saying it over time with what they have been saying and the things they have been submitting, the write-ups they have been making, and their statements during most of their talks. Now, he now comes up to say now that these people have said they are no more part of this criminal gang or this criminal element. He said criminal gang, precisely. Definitely, he was talking about IPOB prescribed as criminal gang, which he actually talked about. So now we see now it gives us an easy access to those people he's talking about, because now we see obviously what they are doing. And he now says that he's going to, let's see what they can do. If you observe his body language in that particular broadcast, you will discover that he was contemplating on the strategy and he was still looking at it, how it's going to work, because he has in mind that Biafra people are there. Biafra people are not jokers. They are not smiling. They are not. They're not ignorant. They are very smart. They know what is on. He's contemplating how it will be possible to actually cajole Biafrans, and of course, based on the fact that from social media and other platforms, they have been seeing the reaction of Biafrans all this while, even towards these same people that he said have repented. So they have repented from being freedom fighters who are tagged or who are called criminals because they are fighting freedom, to become stooges and materials for government enforcement of a program that is tilted towards 2023 election. So Soludo's statement is a compound representation of the fact that there is a great and a serious plan to actually distort the no election program by force. That is why he now said that they are going to actually come after these criminals. They now began to set the template by erecting this Nzama outfit, which is now, positioned to execute that. Now, the truth here is this: there is no way the politicians.
Mazi, hold on, so
Okay.
that your audience would not start having Nzama headache. Let the audience understand the point that
Okay.
you are. Let me break it down for them. Umu Biafra. The point Mazi Kelechi is making here is that since Soludo came out in a video and said that the criminals DOS came out and met him on his inauguration day and said that they are no more part of the former criminal gangs that they were. That now they are ready to come and work with him. Then they are waiting to see what they are going to come up with in due time. So what have they come up with? It is this Nsama security outfit now that
That
you
is
have
it.
seen, which they are now going to use it as a template to the truncating of what? The no election in Biafra land tag, which we have brought out, which we are fighting tooth and nail. So this is in result, or let's say the output of what the Ndi Nsama, the DOS, in allegiance with Soludo and other governors in the East, have come up with to equate that statement that Soludo said in that interview, that they are waiting for them to come up with something. So they have come up with this. This is what they have come up with. Mazi, carry on, please.
Yes, they have come up with this. And critically, of course, the only thing they would have to do is to create something like this, because they know that now we are coming in with force. The no election thing would have to be applied or carried out by force. And they know that the dragon flag actually represents the concept of the total force we have decided to adopt, because they have been killing us. They have been doing lots of things. They have been, fighting us, and they have forced us into into that election of Anambra State, and which, of course, Soludo, of course, basically, Soludo have proven to be a product of this British enforcement over us and British template for subjugation of Nigeria and taking over the lands of the people through the Fulanis. So now, this concept now of the Nzama security outfit is actually meant to solve a problem for them. This is the problem. They know that if with the continuous bringing in forces from the Fulanis, from the Sahel, from that area, Mauritania and all those places, all those Fulanis repenting, they are calling repentant Boko Haram. They know that as they keep putting them into the military and sending them to the land, these people don't understand our terrain. They don't understand our land. They don't even know the terrain very well. Even if we have those ones who have been on the ground, who can always analyze and give them some information, but they know that the people, the indigenous, the Biafrans, they are the ones who know that terrain very well. So the only way, because they know we are using the tactics of the guerrilla warfare.
They need to set up a genocide and a counter unit, right?
Yes. They know it is a guerrilla warfare, and they need those inside who understand the terrain, because they know that the guerrilla warfare will involve some kind of, they know what guerrilla warfare is about. So they need people who are inside, who know the terrain also, who also will go in that guerrilla manner to help them to fight, because they understand that these people know, at least basically, they know the camps, they know some other things they need to know, they have some information about the terrain of Biafra land. So all they needed to do, rather than bringing their military, which they know that as they come in, they don't go out. They come in, they go out. They keep sending them into our land. They are not going out. Nobody knows when they are going. Nobody knows what is happening to them. They are ashamed to talk about it. They don't want to mention it. They don't want to say anything about it. They need people who are strong sellouts. They need people who are Biafrans, have Biafrans, have Fulani, because they have impacted them. They are criminals. Their mindset is criminal, so they will accept anything to sell their people. That is why they now decided to institute this Nzama, both trying to mislead people to believe that it is part of ESN, at the same time using them also to set up the political structure for the force to disrupt the concept of the no election. So this unit that is set up, this Nzama security, outfit, is a structural approach to actually counter the guerrilla warfare we have, decided to take them on, because they know that by this warfare we are going to defeat them, and we will defeat them. But notwithstanding, the interesting thing is that Biafrans are resolute. The only out of, see, we have over 70 million Biafrans, and not even up to 2% is in the camp of these enemies. So you can imagine that no matter what they do, no matter what the strategy the approach they use and all of that, even if they recruit 100, we heard that in that camp there were about 90 or so, and then they now capture the thing in a way to make it look more like they are very much and all of that, to put fear in the hearts of the people, so that the people will say, oh, something is happening. How do we escape this? Oh, how do we, like I've been seeing some messages here. It is so painful. That's what we are doing. Some people are coming to counter it and all of. Don't worry yourself. They are too few. We are in control. We are in charge. We are just looking at them. You see, like that dog you saw now, looking at them. That is how we are comfortable. We are relaxed. We are looking at them. We are looking at Muhammad Abbas displaying his foolishness. Look at the dog. The same way that is how you should be as a Biafran. Just keep looking at them, because the people who will take care of them are there. They are doing it. Don't be afraid. We are equal to the task. We have everything. See, they know that their army, in the military, in the air force, in the all of that, they can't withstand. Of course, we know that 90% of them are Fulanis. They have already recruited many of them into it, but they know that they need these people within. But it is not possible, because Biafrans have not even accepted this again. Biafrans cannot be misled again. Biafrans are strongly with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. They are strongly with ESN, not NSO. Biafrans the only language Biafrans know now is ESN. Now, you see, funny thing is this: when the enemy try to imitate you, they will always make mistakes. Observe it. When they brought Ibuago, thinking that it's going to be like his security outfit, not part of government, but at least it's going to work like working for the people. They in no distant time, they started exposing themselves. They started killing the people who they actually are talking about protecting. They were actually coming after the people. Now you see this particular group. In fact, the concept and everything about it has shown you that this is just because Soludo came out to speak, suddenly this appears. Now you see it. So even if they know that we are strongly in control, they will always do what they have to do. That is how the enemies behave, because they are foolish. They are already possessed with demons. So they will always, because they are tilting towards destruction. Something must destroy them. And they have to be destroyed for Biafra to stand strong. So Biafrans, don't be afraid. They are already defeated. We are in control. ESN is in charge, in control. When the time comes, and which of course we have started already, they will all be wiped off, and they will all be wiped out. These politicians, you will see what is going to happen to them. They know what is coming. They all know what is coming. Even the Biafran politicians, they know what is coming, but they are trying to survive. So all these things they are doing is a noise for them to try to survive, but they will see how it will end.
Mazi, thank you for your contributions. The southeastern governors and our leaders and rulers, anyway, they don't deserve the word leaders
They're
to
not
use.
leaders, they're
They don't
rulers.
deserve that adjective to use to express them. What they deserve is rulers, because they have no quality of leaders. What they do is they rule us. There is nothing different from what our rulers in the East do compared to what the British, which colonize us, are doing. Ironically, the same way the British government dodgingly stick to their mantra of upholding the territorial integrity of one Nigeria, but they never condemned the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the same Nigerian government as an international crime, nor in any way did they condemn the human rights violations that are ongoing in one Nigeria. This is the same thing that the rulers that we have in the East have upheld to. Now, before we had a Eastern Security Network, before we had a Amotekun, it was a child of necessity. Something led to it. And even with the dire need of the way it was, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never jumped any steps of approach. He approached virtually all the principal key factors of Biafra land when we are talking of the rulers that we have. He gave them a written note and even made a public note or broadcast after they had rejected and gave a gold shoulder to the mandate or the cries of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, calling on them and asking them to set up a security outfit for us and for our people, our children, our friends and well-wishers and everyone in the neighborhood to be safe from the hands of the terrorists that were coming down from the Sahel, recruited by the same government which they are seated as puppet and working for them. Until this day, after MNK had talked to them, they refused to do something. They gave birth to the emergence of Eastern Security Network. They gave birth to Amotekun, which as we speak, Amotekun is still politicized. But Eastern Security Network has refused to be politicized. Why? Because we are in for freedom and we are ready. That is why the entire leaders of the Southeast kept mute. As Soludo now continues his campaign of calumny against the Igbos in the East, just to be able to do what? To please the caliphate. That is what Soludo is working now, to be able to please the caliphate so that the mandate that was given to him by this set of people here can continue and continue and continue to be accomplished day by day. But we have a disappointing news for Soludo. Let him remember what happened to him when he came into power after the election. He made a step to embrace the DOS, and at first they came up with a statement that they wanted to give amnesty to Eastern Security Network, as if they were talking to criminals that were fighting for oil and gas or were fighting for position to be able to make food. No, we are
Yes.
fighting for freedom, not fighting for bread and butter or gari or one leg of cow or maybe one carton of Indomie. No. So you cannot come and be talking about embracing amnesty. And if Autopilot did not stand up to trash DOS and Soludo, they would have gone far by that issue of amnesty that they were talking about. So the same way that ESN was a child of necessity, the same way that Autopilot has been a child of necessity, born out of the brunt of the Ndi Nsama DOS that are still coming out with every single thing that you will see every day, just like this one that you see now on the screen. And Soludo is going to get it from the Biafran people in different ways because Biafran people knows how to work on him. Now, Governor Otom of Benue State, he's shouting every day and he just set up a security outfit and he is supplying weapons and ammunition to those people to be able to do what? To fight and then face the foreign invaders. The terrorists, Boko Haram and the Iswap and Ansaru and whatever group which they brand them, some they brand bandit and whatever they brand, which was recruited and set up by the ruling government and the caliphate, supported by these British empires that you see them surrounding Soludo here now. Soludo now cannot go and ask Governor Otom, why did you set up a security network for the Middle Belt? Soludo cannot still go and ask the governors of the Oduduwa land, why was Omotekun set up? Soludo cannot still come to the terms that the Biafran people unanimously embraced the Eastern Security Network. After them, the leaders of our own said East were unable to protect us because all what they are looking at is their belly. As you see them pushing out their belly now, what is facing them to the front is what they focus on and what they look up to. They can never look up or think of what the people will eat or how their future will be or how their security can be and what they can become. Instead, it is how they can enrich their pocket and how they can advance in their political aggrandizement. That is what they are all after. The Fulani terrorists are making advances to invade our lands every day. And it is the same ESN that are fighting tooth and nail to destroy the Fulanis. That Soludo is willing and wonderfully suited to work against the same Eastern Security Network that is fighting against the terrorists that are coming to kill its own people. Now, who is actually the enemy here? If Mazin Amdekano set up Eastern Security Network and the Biafran people embrace the Eastern Security Network for protecting them and for flushing out the foreign invaders, then a sitting governor now stands up and then come and say he is coming to crush the same Eastern Security Network that are protecting the people. Biafrans should be able to understand who your real enemies are, because the people that cares for you should be supporting what protects you. But the people that wants you dead will now be looking for your own death. They will be going to support the killers that are coming to kill you. That is what Soludos and other governors and rulers of the East are doing. And they are doing this thing out of necessity to be able to do what? They are doing this thing out of necessity to be able to please their masters. Yes, Mazi, we don't have too much time left again, so we will round up in no time. But let us hit small on some issues. Eastern Security Network are in the forest for a reason, and they are not being paid in any way. Now, let us put something on the screen to remind people something. If you have so forgotten in a hurry, if you have so forgotten in a hurry, when you see Soludo marching and doing the work of their Fulani masters, remember this, that it is the same Soludo and his gang, so that when you are thinking of what Soludo did, understand what is happening. Anambra Vigilante, the AVG, which Soludo set up, they were arrested for kidnapping people for ransom. So we just want people to understand what Soludo is all about. Anything that is set up by our leaders or rulers that we have in our lands, anything that they have their hands in and then they say is a security network, foul, is not a security network to come and protect you. It is to come and fight against you, because they are working for these white people that you see behind them. And the Fulanis are the ones in control. So they will never come to speak to the benefits of the people in any way. This is the gang that Soludo set up, and this is what they do: kidnapping and collecting money from people. This is what Soludo set up. Oh. Now, can somebody tell us where you saw something of such being displayed or talked about to have been done by our gallant ESN men? No, you can never find any, and you can never see it. This is the work of Soludo. The suspect had been involved in the abduction of people in his area. A leader in Anambra State Vigilante Group was set up by Soludo, and 3 others have reportedly been arrested for their alleged involvement in kidnapping in the state. Now, the Yera, according to the sources, 4 AK-47 rifles, which were said to have buried in the backyard of the vigilante leader, were recovered by the police. The police told the nation that the suspect had been involved in the abduction of people in this area. At the era, the suspect, whose name has not been disclosed, why would I not disclose the name? If na Biafran person now, where they fight very, very well for Biafra struggle, now go release the name, was reportedly arrested on Tuesday along with 3 members of his gang. Did you hear that? Along with 3 members of his gang. So it is a gang of kidnappers and terrorists that was set up by Soludo. We are in for Soludo, and we are going to be opening more wounds. And una go see the worm wey go dey waka dey come out from Soludo wounds. Their arrest by security operatives, it was learned, followed a credible intelligence provided by people in the neighborhood. So, people had already suspected that Soludo's team of security are in for kidnapping and terrorizing the community, which is contrary to what a security outfit should have been. But because it was created out of necessity to please the Fulani Caliphate, that is why they can never be anywhere similar to the real security outfit which the people unanimously embraced and was released by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Kelechi, fire on these issues more, because the next thing we want to show on the screen, we want to read the list of and the step-by-step follow-up of how this Nsama security was set up in one day and how they display everything, so that we'll shatter their table, so that this video will go viral.
Yes, there's no way someone who actually is against you would always give you something that will benefit you. And obviously, by the behaviors and the actions of the politicians, we know that they are against Biafra. We know they are against Biafra. Soludo came in. Before he came in, he was actually sitting on the fence. He was talking like someone who needed an opportunity to come and serve Biafrans, so that and people, you see, our people don't learn from history. We know that these politicians are good in promising. They keep promising you. They keep telling you whatever they want to tell you. And our people keep falling for it, just like what people are doing for Peter Obi now. They keep believing the lies that have been existing since 1958, 59 until now. When it comes to elections, they tell you this will happen, that will happen, and then they keep seeing things not working the way they're going to work. So Ludo came on that template of the same method and approach, and he came in, and obviously we can see, people will say he's learned. Oh, yes, he's learned. At least he was the central bank, this blah blah. He's enlightened. He's not going to behave like a Fulani cow. He's not going to do this. He's not that kind of person. He looks more intelligent and all of that. Now he is here and playing the same script of the Fulani cow marauders, behaving like the Fulani cows. The same man. Anytime you serve Nigeria, you would always behave like a cow. Nobody sits on that office that is representing Nigeria or anything that has to do with Nigeria that will give you what you expect. They will kill you for believing in what is good. They will kill you for expecting freedom, because it is like a possessed entity. It's a place where you enter. When you enter there, it's like in fact, I remember 2016 or so, I entered that Aso Rock area. In fact, when you enter that vicinity, you feel that something is wrong. You just feel something is wrong. You will feel it. You will feel something is wrong. How would your enemy design something that will benefit you? How do you think a politician who wants to enjoy the benefits of being over you, making money on your head, stealing from you, collecting allocations and all of that to favor himself, favor his business, increase his portfolio, increase his bank account, come to now say he wants to give you freedom? And when he fought you, didn't talk about your freedom, didn't talk about how they are killing you, didn't talk about those ones who are being killed, didn't talk about any of you people who are being butchered and all of that, showing you signs. Is it that our people are not intelligent enough to read in between lines? The vigilante group would always do what they are called to do, what they are designed to do. That is why it is not a surprise that this Anambra vigilante leader has a gang of kidnappers. That is what they are called to do. They will kidnap, and they'll keep kidnapping. And they keep, in fact, these ones are just a few things. They also kill. They are against the people. So they will never offer, they can never offer what they don't have. They will always give what they are created and designed to do. And that is to kill, to maim, and to exploit the people. So see, if you look at ESN from the time it was created, you know, even looking at Mazin Nnamdi Kanu alone, his attitude, his ways, tells you the character of ESN. ESN is disciplined. ESN is focused. ESN has a mandate. ESN has been trained for the cause of freedom. Nothing but freedom. But these ones are trained for the cause of making money. So that is the difference. And Biafrans should understand that. If it is not ESN, it can never be anything better.
Now, there is one rationale which I have been looking at. I say all the other governors in different regions and states, they are busy trying to set up a security outfit to fight the Fulani terrorists against their own people. Like what Governor Otom just did and what the Oduduwa governors did. But Soludo's security or whatever he set up is to come and do what? Fight his own people, not to fight the terrorists. The same people that are picking up arms, the same ESN to defend our own lands, is the same ESN that Soludo is hell-bent on coming to come and destroy. How many of you can remember that when Soludo came into power, on the very day of his inaugural speech, Soludo asked a question. He said, how is ESN being funded? Soludo asked the question again. How is ESN being fed? How, from which source is their money coming out from? Because Soludo wanted to understand how far and whichever way that the contribution is coming out, so that he will be able to understand and do everything that he wants to do to cripple the avenue through which the money is coming out from. Let it be on notice that our ESN, that we spend over 50K of dollars every month for our ESN to be sustained. But do you know that the money that Soludo is being paid for this job and the Indian Zaman that they are doing to destroy what your own security outfits are actually doing in Biafra land cannot even amount to that money? Or if it may in any way get a round figure to that money. Now, to what benefit? If you are working to destroy what your people are trying to build to be able to stop the massacre. All of you have seen what is happening in Olu, in Osu, in Imo State. And you understand the rate. You saw the Super Tucano that was hovering around the community, bombarding and killing people. But you never saw your rulers, your Soludo come out to ask a question, why should we have the Super Tucano in our lands? Soludo is working to do what? To make sure that his slave masters accord him with the accolades which he had been working for. And you have just seen the proof of the criminality gang which Soludo set up. Because it is nothing different from what the evidence has shown. Soludo coming out to come and say he is exonerating the Fulani terrorists from being the people killing and ravaging one Nigeria is a clear indication for the Biafran people to understand that Soludo was never in for your interest. Soludo was sent in by the terrorist government, the British that are surrounding him here, and the Caliphate to come and destroy you. When he came in, many people thought, oh, he was in for a good ambition. And did you know how he started? He started by using that video that he said in that was it whether 2014 or 215. So everybody's brain were brainwashed because it was at the time of his interim work that they started making that video to go viral. So it deceived all of you with that, and you fell for it. That is why we say we are not going to fall for anything that is coming on the way. You see, Anambra election, it was given out to them by the Ndinsama and all the rulers that you have in our lands. But 2023 is a point that you will see something connecting. That 2023. That is what determines whether you are ready for freedom or you want to continue to remain a subjugate of slavery, a subjugate of one Nigeria, or you want to continue to feel the brunt of one Nigeria and the British on top of your head. So 2023 is nothing to even go against. It is nothing to go and fight. We are not ready or interested in who becomes the next leader of one Nigeria, because one Nigeria has never worked for us all the way from the 18th centuries to the 19th, and now we are in the 20s. So it's not going to work for us, and we are not ready to take that chances anymore. We are not ready to try again because many of you wants to try Peter Obi. You say, oh, the Fulanis, they have ruled. These ones, they have ruled. These ones, they have ruled. We want to try Peter Obi. We are not ready to try because trying him is at the expense of people's life. How many people have been wasted in the past 3 days now? And how many of your governors or senators or traditional rulers have you seen them on TV coming to condemn what is happening? The same way they will not condemn when they bomb people in Owomama is the same way they will not condemn when they are doing it in Iyala. The same way they will not condemn when they did in Izombe is the same way that they will not come to condemn when it is happening in Olu and in Osu. The same way they will not condemn the one that is happening today now in Imo State is the way they will not condemn the one that will happen in Anambra State. So we are not ready to allow ourselves to be used like a pendulum ball, whereby we are tossed from point A to point B. And who is the one tossing us? It is the zoo government that is tossing us. Who is now the pendulum ball? The pendulum ball is now our rulers that we have in the east. So the zoo government just sit down and they will be kicking the pendulum ball, and it will be going from point A to B to check our equilibrium to determine when they will strike. So we are telling you guys, Soludo is not for us. Soludo came to destroy. For many of you that said, let us give Soludo a chance, I believe you have seen the proof of Soludo now after how many months? The stripes of Soludo has well been spelled and interpreted on the whiteboard. And if you join all of them and connect all the dots, you will understand what we have been telling you. So the mistakes that you made before, you have seen the evidences, and do not make the same mistake again, because no election in Biafra land is not something that someone even needs to come and talk about it 3 times or say, let us sit down to drink palm wine before we talk am 2 times. We are not even giving room to it. We are not giving room to it. Let us display something on the screen to make people understand how far the dragon and the Biafran government and Autopilots are going to make sure we capture every detailed information and give to you about this Ndi Nsama and what they are trying to do. Now, before we go on, understand it that we have been made to understand that the Nsama outfit lasted for 7 hours. So when you had them say they were doing training for the past month, it is a very big lie. It lasted for just 7 hours. That display, that charade that you saw, it lasted for 7 hours. That is all because they arranged everything. The desperation was too much. Hmm? And according to what Simon wrote, he said, "We are aware that last night some number of these betrayers of Biafra were sent to Hope Uzodinma and Soludo of Anambra, Ogwai of Enugu, and Umahi of Ebonyi State. And their job is to identify ESN and IPOB members." So this is just for you to understand the one of the aims and objectives of this Nsama security outfit that was set up. It is just to come and gather information and to work because now the only rat that can have easy access to your room or to your house or to the palace is the one that has lived in the palace long time ago and knows the nooks and crannies of the palace. So just like Mazi Kelechi had explained before to everyone, that these people needed to create a parallel group from inside the same existing IPO. And these are people that have been expelled, which Soludo said they have come to work with me and we are coming to connect the dots. And in due time, you will see what they will come up with. So when they now set up the security outfit, they want to use it now to come and know people. They use them as the connecting point. Their main work is to do what? To be coming. If they have given their contact and connected them now to Ogwai, Hope Lesusodima and Soludo, and Umahi of Ebonyi State, and their main work is to identify ESN and IPOB members. It is a message to us and to every of our gallant men that you desist from every communication henceforth from people that you don't know. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had made that declaration before. Simon Ekpa still declared it again as a spokesperson of Biafra in this very dying time which we are in the face of war. So everybody should get it because you cannot be a gallant man in the war front and then you will leave the war front and then you say you want to go and see people in the community or you go to a beer parlor to sit down and drink, then you expect that you will not be spotted and taken down. There are enemies all over working, but you have to be very, very vigilant. And our ESN are waxing very strong and they are doing wonders. So you must understand and be convinced that when you contribute money to ESN, the money is going to them. What did I say before? I said about 50K of US dollars is the money that takes care of ESN feeding and our gallant men every month. When you see us do fundraising and then we repeat emergency, it is the need that arises. So if such amount of money is spent, and then Soludo was seeking for knowledge of how the ESN is being funded and how the ESN are being taken care of and on what ground and what channel the money is channeled to them, you people should have understood this from the very beginning part. He made this pronouncement on his day of inauguration as the state governor. So that is why we say whatever happens yesterday, we connect it to today. Because they think that we are fools. No, we are not fools. We keep all those records. As things are unfolding every day, you will get to be hearing it from where it started and where it is connecting to. So there is nothing new now from what we have seen, which was not seen before and which was not professed for us to have seen, and we noted it down. Now look at the sabotage of what is happening now. This is the conversation or the screenshot of what Simon just published from the investigation that is ongoing. This person said, I am Mazi blah 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 in Abia. I am a coordinator in blah blah blah. Also evangelism and mobilization. So he said, since I came to, we blocked that one. I've been trying to organize my people for this struggle. So we have some young men who are ready to join ESN. So we thought the one that was organized in Oafia was the real ESN, while it is not. We bought their army color shirt you saw in that video. When they brought the beret, there was no dragon logo. Both the t-shirt and the beret cost us 2,700 naira. They started on that Wednesday morning by 7 a.m., being the 14th of September 2022. From there, people and others came from Iswaku, Atu, Abaribo, Mgboro, Oafia, Iyechuwa, and Nenanaya village, Ututu. Total attendance was about 90 people. So the Abia State commander by name, the Lion Beast, my blah 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 lasted for 7 hours. And during the training, we are going to ring the next screen. Now, we want people to understand what is actually happening. You know, when Simon said that in autopilot, your wife, your husband, your children, your family members, they will dig into every sabotage that you're doing and they will bring it to autopilot. You think that he was just speaking because he likes speaking. No, he told you what Chukwokike has mandated to be. And it is happening just like he spelled it out for you. So we will just be seated in the comfort of our zone, like that dog that was saying, I am still watching what uh, Muhammad Abbas is doing with this criminal group. Oh. We are just going to be watching from one end like this, and you will be seeing every information coming to autopilot. So please share this program if you have not shared. Hit the like button if you have not done so, so that it can be pushed to a wider audience more than this. They said they should be serious so that they will honor those are gallant men. See, the people that even joined the group are saying that they need to be serious because what they saw here there was like people from Mazi Kelechi, please. Those people where they go bury human beings, where they sing song, they do parade. Wetin be their names? There's one name they call those set of people where they go carry casket of person where they won't go bury. They do parade, they sing song. Please, who can remind us? So there is this group of people that if you want to do burial, you can go and pay them. I can't hear you. Oh. Unmute yourself. I can't hear you. If you
Their
want to
English
do,
name, right?
I can hear you now. What did you say?
Their English name, right?
No, whether English name or our local name, you get one name. Is it the which warrior they call them? What warrior? Somebody said Agbana.
They call them something like that too. Also in our local, uh, when you're passing through Onisha, obviously you see the name.
Undertaker.
They
Undertaker.
call
God bless
them
you.
Undertakers, yeah.
Undertakers. God bless you. So, from what this person said here now, he said they should be serious so that they will honor those our gallant men. Because they were appearing like undertakers who went to go and carry dead bodies of people to bury. That is why you saw many of them in that picture carrying flowers. The flowers were to go and do burial. So they were going to a burial ground to go and actually use the flower to appease some of their ancestors that they have killed. He said they should be serious so that they will honor those our gallant men who were killed in our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house on the 14th September 2017. The respect was observed with 7 gun powder sound, also with horn flute. He said they use Biafran flags during the training instead of dragon flag. Hey, so they are also confessing. From that time, I begin to suspect the genuinity of this drama. During the parade, the commander covered his face with a mask to take salute. He also videoed the parade and sent the videos to Mohammed Abbas in Kuwait, Chinasa Nworo. He was very proud that Chinasa Nworo and DOS Chika Idoziem will be happy for the job well done. Hey! So after the whole drama, the commander addressed the boys that 2:45 p.m. the commander said to my hearing that this is ESN volunteers of Dead Men Squad. Hey,
Imagine.
imagine that Chinasa Nworu will do the needful, that this training will continue next time, that if these men will cooperate with him, that he will give them military training to carry guns. No wonder they were carrying stick that day,
Yeah.
because it was stick that the group of the boys in the parade were carrying that represent their gun. The men were divided into three groups. They were marching round the training ground. So this event happened in Ndi Uduma or Afia at the back of the Government Technical College. Ndi Uduma or Afia, in that bush. He said, I was shocked when I saw the parade in YouTube where they say Southern.
Oh my God. These people. Oh my.
Hey!
Oh, that's a shame.
So, what a shame. Oh my God. What a shame. What a shame. Trying to do what you can never do and what you can never be.
Honestly,
Hey, what a shame. What a shame of this
shameful.
generation. What a shame. No wonder this doc here is positioning himself like this and saying,
Honestly, because the dog is just want. What kind of shameful people are these? Shameless people are these that don't reason well.
oh, oh.
The dog just
My
speak out for
God.
talking English. I just they look. I'm just looking at Muhammad Abbas. That is the name, Muhammad Abbas. Somebody who changes his name to this. What do you expect?
Chai. Now, let us bring something else so that this one will still shock people also. Because we just want to shatter this table today so that there will be a lot on the media for people to look up to. Hey! Oh my God. It is well.
It is well done.
Now, it is really, really well. This is where all the evidences are embedded. Now, we also know the names of those who were sent out. And if your own freedom fighting is to work for the highest bidder, promising to pay you 100K per month,
Mm.
while those recruiting you are collecting 1 million a month from the same governors, then you are not a Biafra. So continue with them. Do you understand what is happening here?
Yes.
They will be paying
Clearly.
these people 100K, while
Yes.
Chinas and Woru, Mohammed Abbas, and DOS, they are collecting 1 million
1 million.
naira every month for this
Yeah.
very outfit that they created here, so that they can be able to use and impersonate and use it as a counter force, and they will use it to be getting information and exposing
It's part
everything
of the
about.
election money, the election
Hey,
fraud money.
hey,
You
hey,
know,
hey,
it's part of
hey.
the election money that they're going to
Biafra
squander
people na dey hear am. 100K per month,
a month.
1 million naira from the contractors wey be Mohammed Abbas.
Yeah.
And ESN are not being paid a dime. ESN are not being paid a dime on daily basis. ESN are only being given their caretaking needs.
Mazi
No
Sale, you know that this is connected to what Gowan said. He said if he
Mhm.
knew that Biafrans
Yes,
love money like this, he would not go for that war. He would have just used money to buy. So they know this. That is why they are using, because they know people are suffering. People are
yes,
hungry. So they want to use the money, 100,000 a month. Wow. To
yes,
drag them into the thing.
yes. One Nigeria was created in a way that you will become a slave,
Of course.
then you will come down to them begging
Yes,
at your feet,
begging. That's
and
it.
then become their double slave again. That is slave squared. Slave squared. When you carry the slave and then you multiply the square into 2. Please fire on some more. Let me fix my sound system.
Yes. So, Biafrans, you should understand. You can imagine that we have in ESN volunteers. This is where dedication comes. This is where the heart to serve the nation is. This is where, and we would always have more than the enemies, because the truth here is that no ESN member is collecting a dime. But here, see them. Why do they want to pay these people 100K every month? And of course, they will pay it until the end of the election. After the election, that's the end of the contract. The contract will be terminated by the end of the election. Why are they paying so much for election? Ask yourself that question as a Biafran. Why are they paying so much? Just, as many as will come into that camp, they want to give them 100K each. And of course, the organizers, Muhammad Abbas, collect 1 million. You can imagine what they want to be spending every month for the next 6 or so months, so that you would go for that election, so that by force they will make you come to vote. So you can imagine, if they can go this much to pay just to organize election, not to give you a job, not to give you a good life, not to make you, they are not concerned about whatever. You can imagine what happened during the COVID period. During the COVID period, the things that are even supposed to come for you that are not even much, they seized it, using them for their election campaign and all of that. Now they are bringing 100K just to make election hold. Ask yourself a simple question as somebody who is wise. Why are they paying so much to hold an election? That simply means that that election is not for your favor. It is for them to endorse another 4 years of servitude, because they know that the international community respects election. If election does not hold in Nigeria, it simply means that the international community will know something is wrong, and they will now have to wade in because they have no choice. But they know that if that election holds and 2-3 of Biafrans comes out and the election there, even if we don't come out and they say the election held, it would paint an image that there is democracy in Nigeria. And of course, democracy is a tool of Takia. It is meant to tell lies to the international community, so that when after the election they will say anything that happens, they say, of course, you have your leaders, let them sort it out. Go and sort it out with your leaders. That's what they do. So Biafrans, you must be wise. You must be wise. That's 100K you want to collect now. Those of you who are there collecting 100K, you will soon be cut off. You will soon be killed. Your families will be left empty. Your families will be, of course, they will suffer it, because by the time you are killed and you have gone down, people know that your family is a saboteur family. We will make sure we also deal with them, because they were there. They allowed you to go into this fraud. You better just save your face now and get out of this trap. 100K cannot do you anything, because it will finish. How much is 100K? To finish. Every month you get 100K. After the contract is terminated, then what next? You are going to be in trouble. It's either you are gone or your family will suffer the brunt after you are gone.
Hey, hey. Alumero. 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 Oh, see what Martin Amdekano has been facing for years.
Honestly, the man really, really has stood like, he's a leader.
Hey,
That's what a
hey.
leader is.
The same people that he has been craving with for freedom are the people now that have gone to go and collect contract from one Nigerian government and then set up a certain security outfit, and then they have a contract of 1 million per month,
That's
so as
it.
to be able to destroy our quest and mandate for freedom and no election in Biafra land. Why they collect 1 million?
That's
The,
it.
the, the foot soldiers that will be dying every day on the bullets, they will now be collecting 100K. Hey,
100K.
hey,
How much is 100K?
hey, hey.
People want to sell their future.
Hey, we also know that Mohammed Abbas in Kuwait is receiving about 1 million every month from Anambra through a third party payment. Now, what is 1 million naira for Christ's sake?
I don't know this. These people are so stupid. But how much is it? That somebody wants to sell his generation, sell his future, sell everything that has to do with freedom.
So these people are ready to go any extent to be able to collect whatever they need.
Mm-hmm.
So that, people said, what was the other one? Ikenga said, instead of me to stay and wait and see that Simon is part and parcel of the tunnel which we
Mm.
walk through to our freedom, he said, I will scatter everything.
That's it. You can imagine the kind of heart.
I will destroy everything that we have worked for. Hey! So now see it from another angle. If Ndi Nzamada had meeting with Soludo,
Mm.
are making sure and creating some strides that will make sure they use it to truncate 2023 election.
Mm.
Already, you people should understand what is actually happening. It is good that we make it to fly in the media so that when it starts happening, when people are collecting woto, you will understand from which angle.
That's it.
Because the same allegiances that they are making, it is the same people that will lure them to their graves.
Mm.
When they finish luring them to their graves, they will still come back to be lamenting.
Mm.
Because devil can never give you anything good.
Never.
Mbano. Devil will always give you something that will take you to the grave. And the same devil will come back to smile at your downfall.
That's it.
So if people think that um, when Ndi Nzama will do this for them and that they will have a better move or need at the end of the day,
Mm.
oh, they have made the worst mistake of their lives. Yes, Mazi, we are rounding up, so if there is emergency, you can attend to it. Because I just want to show our update of today's sit at home, and that's it.
Okay.
We're supposed
Okay.
to open the line for callers to call in, so I don't know if they are ready. I'll open the line, but you can attend to the emergency. So our people back home and lovers of freedom wherever you are, this is a update of today's sit at home from many locations in Biafra land. So on this very note, we would like to say kudos to Biafrans all over the world and those in Biafra land who
Yes,
have
sir.
stood tall to this very day to make sure that the symbol of our freedom continues to speak. Because
Mm.
if you don't do something to let the world understand what you are doing, nobody will take you serious. That is why we say no election in Biafra land come 2023 is something that will speak volume to the international community.
Yes.
Many things are connecting the dots now. You see the death of Queen Elizabeth. It is as Queen Elizabeth just kpeme, now everybody now begin dey connect the slavery role
That's
that
it.
Britain played in the massacre and in the one that is happening in Asia, the one in Africa, the one in Biafra land, and everywhere they are connecting the dot now. People were asking questions and say, is this the right time for it? We say, yes, this is the right time for it.
Very well.
Because people
Lastly, let
that,
me salute Biafrans before I go to sort that matter. I
yeah,
salute
yeah,
you, Biafrans.
salute
Please just
Biafra.
permit me to move out now. Permission to fall out, sir.
Permission granted, permission
All
granted.
right.
You may
Biafrans,
carry
I
on.
love you all. We'll meet later. Thank you.
Thank you for being there. Even with your tight schedule, you were there and you made it up. So everything is important now, and the connecting dots are also very important because the role these people played to the annihilation of our people have been too bad. So if this is the time that we need to remind the whole world of the massacre and the role that British played and what BBC did and Premium Times when the war was going on, they were giving misinformation to the whole world that made the whole world not to come to our aid, but getting the wrong information. So the time has come and let everything out of the cat. This is the update from Biafra land of today's sit at home, and kudos to Biafrans who are living up to expectation. Our freedom is here.
with a war. Is Nnamdi Kanu is not released, he say there is no going back. It's either he release Nnamdi Kanu or we break down Nigeria. Sit-at-home has continued. See on shopping center, aka Okoha Market, International Market, the sit-at-home is tight, it's lock and key with a written note. You say until Nnamdi Kanu is released, it is continuous sit-at-home. You can say our people are ready and are willing. Sitting at home is completely 100%, and there's no doubt even the blind man can see what is going on here in the faraway Abia state in West Africa, Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that, reporter. Let us bring another one on the screen. Many people are saying they just joined now. Margaret, you said you just joined now and you just came in from work.
Everybody's looking here. Okay, I don't join it.
We have actually covered a lot, so try to revisit the broadcast from the very beginning and watch it, and I promise you, you will enjoy it because it is so sugar coated, and every kind of meat that you find inside this food is inside here, and it's sweet well. You know bush meat they inside, even fish they inside, but more they inside, everything they inside. So try to revisit this broadcast from the very beginning and watch it, and you will be a darling to it.
It's about the industrial hub of the East in southeast of Nigeria. Southeast of Nigeria and West Africa. Today, sit at home, the 19th day of September 2022. This is Global News reporting from Aba. Sit at home is tight, lock and key with a statement. If America is not released, sit at home continue. You can see everywhere is lock and key, everywhere is lock and key, everywhere is lock and key, everywhere is lock and key. Take care how you join the process. Shops. Lorries are parks at their own evolution. Stores are shut down. It's Autopilots, my POV sit at home. Declare. This is Global News reporting from Farawaba, Abia State. It's about the industrial hub of the East in southeast of Nigeria. Southeast of Nigeria and West Africa. Today, sit at home, the 19th day of September 2022. This is Global News reporting from Aba. Sit at home is tight, lock and key with a statement. If America is not released, sit at home continue. You can see everywhere is lock and key, everywhere is lock and key, everywhere is lock and key, everywhere is lock and key. Take care how you join the process. Shops. Lorries are parks at their own evolution.
KK have even joined the queue. So please, if you want to call in the number on the screen, you can do so. If you want to join the studio to give your comments, hit the link on the comment section and join the studio, please. I've posted the link on the comment section. You can hit the link and then join the studio and air your views. We have just done 2 hours here now. It was a joint broadcast, and some of my comrades were here and they have left because of one emergency or another. So if you have contributions to make, hit the link on the comment section, join the studio, or you call in from the line. We have a caller on WhatsApp. The caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. The whole world are listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pilot. I feel the
What they don't know is bigger than them.
it's bigger than them. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying the program. I'm really enjoying the program.
Bless
My
you.
thinking every day. My name is Pat. My thinking every day. I'm calling from UK anyway. You can see my number. But my thinking every day. Why these people so in for devil? How? After how many years they have been within that country? Why? And why? I just have to thank God because Because if Nnamdi Kanu was not kidnapped, this thing we shouldn't have come up. We shouldn't have known who is who. We think that we are all working with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. But you can see what is going on. And when I start thinking about the whole thing, why, and why? But for God to glorify Himself, as He will remove the sharp, divide what is good and what is not good. He will share them and He will move them out. And that is why Autopilot is moving them out of the way. No matter how they try, no matter what they do, God is in God. Because God that is with us is more than them that goes against us.
You say,
Are you hearing me?
he say, I can hear you loud and clear.
And whatever they have plan against Autopilot, especially our spokesman, Simon Ekpa, it will never get to him. Because the people behind him, the people praying for him day and night, have to know them. If Master Simon is not doing well, we will not follow him. If this guy has not come out, besides the well, I have to go to the war front. They should have forgotten about Martin Nnamdi Kanu. And what the Nigerian Zoom government will say, see, nobody is supporting you again. What do you do now? Because God is still with him. And we should always remember the prayer he said. If we forget everything, we shouldn't forget one prayer that he said. He said, if you have done something wrong, that Zoom government should take his life. But if not, he will come out with BIAFRA flag. And what he asked for, all he asked for is freedom to live, because God has given him freedom to live and freedom for his people to live. He's not holding bullets, he's not holding guns. So, no matter what those people, something Abbas or China Siamuru or this and that, whatever, his wife, whatever, at the end, we shall know who is who. And that is all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Biafrans. I've gotten your message, and thank you for calling in. There we go.
Bye.
Bye. We move with speed. It is not everyone that say God, God, that is actually a disciple of God or is actually a follower of God. So we shouldn't allow these criminals' activities to distract us, but we must put it on check. We must put it on check for Biafrans not to fall victims. If you can hear what we read from that testimony that we displayed on the screen before, the person said, after how I saw the display at this place, I came to a conclusion that there is no genuity in what they are doing. So, if he did not test and see, would he have known and been convinced? No, he wouldn't have known and be convinced. So we must put everything on check. Arguably, you will understand the pain, the agony that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu had gone through. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu had gone through everything that every right-thinking human would have gone through. And he has even gone through the worst that every right-thinking woman wouldn't have even gone through. With the influx of the kind of people that surrounded him and the ones that are even planning to come in. Because as these people are trying every day to uh, have allegiances with the Fulani Caliphate, they are trying to create more loopholes. But thank God for Chukwu Okike that raised Autopilot in this very time. Without Autopilot, who will have even remembered Martin Nnamdi Kanu again? Right from the time of Anambra election, you saw that many of them were already endorsing the Anambra election. And they were still telling you, please, it is the Anambra election that Soludo will come out and then will make MNK to be released. After then, they did not come to give you solution that MNK was released from Soludo induction into office. Oh. Now, they have turned their minds and their eyes now back to Peter Obi, and they're telling you, oh, Peter Obi will be the one that will come and make MNK to come out and will come and give you freedom. Very confused and so fickle-minded set of people that does not have direction at all. Because if they did, they wouldn't be moving like rat wey cat dey pursue. So I think we have to come to an end here so that people can listen to another broadcast that will be coming in. We thank you all for listening, and we thank you all for being here. And if you just join us,
remember what I said.
And you did not listen from the very beginning, please try to watch this broadcast from the very beginning. And you will understand the sweet, sweet part of it. You will understand everything that we discuss here. Because everything get pepper and it gets okra. You get Maggi inside.
Remember what I said in the year 2012. Somebody asked me, are you sure this Biafra will come? It's a very famous quote now. Remember what I said in the year 2012. Somebody asked me, are you sure this Biafra will come? It's a very famous quote now. What did I say to you? They will kill us. We will kill them. In the end, Biafra will come. Was that not what I said? Those of you that can remember. You are in Janjaweed North. You are the after Hajia. After Allah Haji must have dealing with Hajia. You are a man, a grown-up man with title, with Ishago. You are waiting in a hotel for a man because you want to be rich, because you want to make money. And after using you the way they use their cattle, you come back and you begin to behave like their cattle, like Nama. You are concerned about a police station rather than the lives of your people that were lost at Umpo. Has there been any compensation? No. Any public inquiry? No. Because all of you in Abuja are having fun. Your children are abroad, they are studying and life in school. You have a mansion in the village. When you come back during Christmas, you give them one cup of rice or one cup of beans. They hail you, but your own kids are abroad and you're having fun. And 3rd of January, you go back to Abuja and start doing a meeting from the Igbo meeting in Abuja. Every year they are strategizing how we can make land, but everywhere you meet them all over the world, the same rubbish. That's just, and nothing happens. Nothing ever happens. Let me tell you one thing that you don't know. Rather than Biafra not to come, who will not die? Go and tell Britain that's what I said. Instead of Biafra not to come, I don't want to give you timeline. But by the sacrifices we're about to make now, you will understand how fun, how insane. I think we are mad, insane.
State of the Nation address. In weeks to come, Biafra flag will be raised in the entire territory of Biafra. Not take Biafra liberation as a joke. Otherwise, we are going to take you away.
There is nothing our enemies can do to us. They told us terrorists that today we are outside the open. Jubril cannot come here. To understand this very evening, we are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within, and we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere. From everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. Not in a you cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be known by the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, but that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open eyes of black people all over. Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome.
And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why I can't move.
I curse is cursed. Once I condemn you, you're finished. Ask the Sabo, those that tried to take over power when I was in prison, because I valued them, thought they were doing what we all swore to do. As soon as I went into prison, they started to connive to take over power. Where are they today? Because I cursed them, and they will never have peace. I won't touch them, I won't harm them, but they'll never have peace. Today they are worthless. Absolutely worthless. That is who we are. Do you know why? Because our hands are clean. When we say we are whiter than white and whiter than snow, people don't understand what it means. Now they do. Do you know why? Because anything we touch, we have the Midas touch. Anything we touch turns into gold. Everything we touch. Today, everywhere the zoo is around the world, every major country, we are checkmating them. 100, no more lies. We are checkmating them. And now the world understands that the face of corruption is the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. They know. Anybody I curse is cursed. Once I condemn you, you're finished. Ask the Sabo, those that tried to take over power when I was in prison, because I valued them, thought they were doing what we all swore to do. As soon as I went into prison, they started to connive to take over power. Where are they today? Because I cursed them, and they will never have peace. I won't touch them, I won't harm them, but they'll never have peace. Today they are worthless. Absolutely worthless. That is who we are. Do you know why? Because our hands are clean. When we say we are whiter than white and whiter than snow, people don't understand what it means. Now they do. Do you know why? Because anything we touch, we have the Midas touch. Anything we touch turns into gold. Everything we touch. Today, everywhere the zoo is around the world, every major country, we are checkmating them. 100, no more lies. We are checkmating them. And now the world understands that the face of corruption is the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. They know.
The word Nigeria, the name Nigeria, the Zoological Republic portends evil. The name Nigeria is satanic. Anybody who goes close to it, you will die. It's not like the name Igbo. That one is cursed. I'll prove it to you. Give you facts and figures. I don't care if you're out dining with your Yoruba friends or Hausa, I don't give a damn. The word IGBO is cursed because the people answering it are very, very bad. And I will tell you that later. That is why there is no group called Igbo in the world that is doing well. It's always rife with division, with envy, backstabbing, jealousy, betraying. Any group that has Igbo to it, go and check. I said go and check, rather mumbling like an incoherent alamajiri. Go and check your facts and your figures. You will see. Any organization in the world bearing the name Igbo, IGBO, is a failure. Go and check. Do you know why it's a failure? You don't know, I will tell you later. People should not be pleading for respect. You earn respect. IPOB never went to any zoo newspaper to write about them. We had to earn respect by hard work. Hard work. Some of you are scared, of course, in this UG. You are very lazy. You don't know how to work hard. We work hard here. I don't sleep till about 3:30 a.m. if I'm lucky. You must work very hard. Sometimes I struggle and I say, oh, I want to do program in the morning, but it's impossible to do because I've only been in bed for about 2 hours. Do you understand that? Hard work. No, I want Biafra to come. All hell Biafra. You think Biafra will come that way? You are lazy. You have to go and work. Go out and evangelize. I have national coordinators sitting on their bottom year in, year out. They don't evangelize nothing. It's just, oh, nothing. I can't see them because you're lazy. You are very, very lazy. I can't stand lazy people. I don't like them. I'm being honest with you. I can't stand lazy people. Some of you are not sure. You don't know what you're doing. When they sent Joshua and Caleb to go and spy out the land of Canaan, they came back and said, we can take it. They did not say, oh, maybe, I'm not too sure, we are being overconfident. They said, we can take them. And they succeeded. The ones with doubt never made it. Biafra is a divine calling from heaven. If you don't have it, you don't. You are not must give me and I got you an orb. You gotta use it. You'll be successful. Anything you touch will turn it to go. If you're not called, you are floundering all over the place. You can never quite make it. You are all sitting so couple. Holy mercy. I said don't touch them. Let them wallow in their stupidity and stupefying ignorance. Black. When I say some people pretend they want to give us advice through the back door and they no, why don't you? I will keep lambasting black people until they wake up and reason like human beings and not like animals. Until then, they are baboons and monkeys. I don't give a toss who you are. If you're not comfortable with the truth, you get out. You go to NTA and be listening to garbage until you're dumped to death by Boko Haram in the Ara. It's your machine. If you can't accept it, then I'm afraid go somewhere else. This night, your intellect, your ability to reason will grow exponentially. Your power of articulation and presentation will be unparalleled amongst your peers. Nobody can stand you. It's your machine. The gospel from heaven being preached that Biafra may be restored. The word Nigeria, the name Nigeria.
All right. Thank you all for being there and for hitting the like button and the share. If you just joined, take your time to go through the broadcast again, and then you will get every details. So we will draw the curtain here now. And from me, from here, I will say good evening to all of you. Remember that the time that we are in now is a time where you all have to be on the watch. Men should not be sleeping at this time of the war. They should be on the watch. You should be thinking of how to protect your women and children while you watch very carefully, because you don't know where the next strike will come out. Because we are in war. There we from here.
Biafra freedom, freedom to all. Anọkwa n'ọrụ unu na-apụ n'ọdụ. Agụ nọ n'ọrụ Autopilots na-akpọte m n'ụra. Pharaoh in Nigeria, let my people go. Pharaoh in Britain, let Biafra go. Pharaoh in Africa, let my people go. Obodo ke na warawa, Nigeria kụwasịala. Nigeria don't finish. Africa, Nigeria don't finish. Britain, Nigeria don't finish. No remedy, Nigeria don't finish. Before I open my eyes, they have kidnapped my leader. All the way from Kenya, rendition him to Nigeria. Country without law, country without direction. Nigeria, ọkwa na-esuzo ya lere. Ndị ya na ha kwala olu ndị lere. Ọhamadike ndị Igbo niile. Masị Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu adada agụbata ọfịa gbada gbọsọ. Ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma o. Ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma. Masị Nnamdi Kalule. Ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma. Ọhamadike ndị ụmụ Biafra le. Ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma. Pharaoh in Nigeria, let my people go. Pharaoh in Britain, let Biafra go. Pharaoh in Africa, let my people go. Obodo ke na warawa, Nigeria kụwasịala. Nigeria don't finish. Africa, Nigeria don't finish. Britain, Nigeria don't finish. No remedy, Nigeria don't finish. If you get here, listen to me, yo. 2023, no election in our land, our land, no election, no. P2B, Gamambaro, I will never forget Eastern Security Network. Under IPOB Autopilots. My prayer to you all is Almighty God protection. No weapon from against you all shall prosper. Mirodi no lono gage mesunu naru. Oye na pankata jọrọ njọ ga-eji kwishi ya vuru ya onye kwere ya shise. Onye kwere ya shise. Omiwo nnukwu onu sise. Biafra kwere onu shise. O nwere otu nwoke nke mmara ya. Ife a na-etu ya bụ mmejiri gbuo agụ ka onye iro si na ọ dịghị nkọ. Ha mechere kwete, ha mechere si na ọ dị nkọ. Achọrọ mara, achọrọ ofe ka ofe nye isi n'ọfịa. Onye ka mụ na-agbanye Maazị Samuel Ekpa. O ji nkata ekute mmiri, ọta na-agba ndilo. Mere jebe ụmụ Biafra sị ka akụtụrụ gị aka. All the media teams, Autopilots, ekele bịa o. Chukwu kere eluigwe n'ụwa chọbara m unu mma o. Extend my greetings to our mothers. Ụmụada worldwide, ụmụada Biafra. Ụmụada worldwide, ụmụada gburugburu. Ndị nwere ukwu a na-eji amụnụ nwa ya. Ekene o. Kedụkwanụ maka chialedi Madam Azụkaye, nwanyị dị mmugobe di ya na-eji ahụ ụzọ. Were kelere m ụmụada niile, ụmụada worldwide. Nwunu si ekele unu zuru oke eti nwa. Onye nwere unu nwere ife. Ndị nwere ukwe ji amụ nwa, unu jide ekele anyị. Madam Ariwa, dozi nne dị mma. Pharaoh in Nigeria, let my people go. Pharaoh in Britain, let Biafra go. Pharaoh in Africa, let my people go. Obodo ke na warawa, Nigeria kụwasịala. Nigeria don't finish. Africa, Nigeria don't finish. Britain, Nigeria don't finish. No remedy, Nigeria don't finish. Autopilots worldwide, I greet all of you wherever you are, and I pray to you. Ife na mụrụ na ga anwụla anwụ, una na nụkwa. Ihe na mụrụ na ga anwụla anwụ. Iye. anya chụọ na wele nchi ya gaziere unu. Nigeria don't finish. Africa, Nigeria don't finish. Britain, Nigeria don't finish. No remedy, Nigeria don't finish. Autopilots worldwide, I greet all of you wherever you are, and I pray to you. If na muru nega wula unana nogwa, iye na muru nega wula ụbọchị nta anya chụọ na wele nchi ya gaziere
IPOB one family, Biafrans all over the world. If we want safety and security for our people, then let's continue to support Eastern Security Network. All donations are welcome. No contribution is too small or too large. Do your part, knowing that freedom is in our hands and together we must all rise to the occasion. Go to our website to make your contribution, www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. And remember that freedom is not free, but together we restore it, farm by farm, forest by forest, house by house, and street by street.